All right, we think we've got it. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the delay. You know how technology can be. Icky. We're going to show you a quick video about how our link deli works, because some people are like, how's it work? Howdy, Karen. Thank you very much. So here's a little video on link deli.
We use link deli for all of our links in our videos. To use these, just minimize the video and hit the show more option. Click any of the link delis, which will take you to the link deli landing page, and select any of the options, which will open your final destination. You can close out windows, go back to your main link deli, and click on catalog any information. Once you're done with the window, close it out, and you can go back and select another link deli landing page. For example, let's click on what exactly is Chalk Couture. This takes you to the link deli landing page, and what is Club Couture will take you to my landing page, going everything over Club Couture. This makes it nice and easy to get all of your different links to all of the different pages like social media pages, product, or information without a messy description in our videos. Once you're done, close out the window, maximize your YouTube video, and enjoy the rest of the video.
All right, Ken is off screen because he found that we've got problems with Facebook, because we want Facebook to see all this. So he's going to try to share all that to them, and then they can get alerts. So we're going to show a quick video on which one are notifications on how that happens. So here we go.
Stay up to date by subscribing to this channel and hitting that bell icon. Make sure to get all alerts by choosing all. Also, go into your YouTube settings and turn on your notifications. Be the first to know when we go live. Make sure to like our page, hit the follow button, and set it to see first and all notifications on. If you're on your mobile device, you can do the same thing there by looking up our Facebook page, hitting that like button, selecting the follow option. Make sure your notifications are on, see first, and you can even edit notification settings to make sure the standard notifications apply.
Simple as that, isn't it? So there we go.
All right, guys. Sorry about all the issues. Supposedly, the coronavirus must be affecting Restream. I don't know. Technology some days just doesn't love us. No. All right, guys. So sorry. We ran into some issues. Our mouse wasn't working. It's just been a day. But we're doing it safely from the comfort of our homes with social distancing. All right, everyone. So anyone that you would love to see this, please go share it on Facebook, which we're doing right now. I'm going to go share this in a few places because all the different groups I said I was going to be live in, it won't go live now. So Sean's going to pull up the graphic to show you what we're making, and then we'll show you some up-close photos, and then we'll get started.
Here's the wonderful things of the three things that we've done already. You can see that we've done a stitch, Mike Wazowski, and of course a Sullivan. That is what we've done so far. Now he's got another one that he wants to do and show you. I'll show you what these look like up close and live. So here's the Sully, Mike Wazowski. So look how cool that really is. This is done on a 9x12 Sylvie frame. And we'll show you exactly how we do it. Here is the Mr. Sullivan. That was the first one he did. And then the one that we did just recently, Sabadaba, Mr. Stitch, one of my favorite characters of Disney. Isn't that awesome? What a great idea for something to do, something to put in a child's room if that is their favorite character or whatever we made. The next one, I think we are doing a castle, the Disney castle. And that's going to look very, very awesome. So we're going to see that here shortly. Here, let me try this too, so you can kind of get the whole shot of them here. So there's all three put together, and you could, you know, think of this on your walls on how you could stagger them around with all the different characters and everything, especially with, you know, like these two here that go together. Maybe you could do a Lilo and put those two together. And it being a all Disney, have the castle like maybe right up on top. Be awesome, awesome. All right. I think we're going to see, I think we kind of locked Miss Riley into her pen because she was just feeding. Now she wants out. We try to make sure she's a good mommy. You know how it is. And an adult. Oh yes, Karen. Yes, buried in adult favor.
I am trying to keep calm during our technical issues, and the best way to keep calm
is this. Aww.
Oh my goodness! This is Black Velvet.
Black Velvet. He's such a good boy.
He is a good boy. They are moving around and shaking. Hi guys. Hi, everybody. Aww. Here you go.
Hi, buddy.
So you can take him back, and then I'll take over here. So thank you so much for being patient with us. First and foremost, if you could share this on Facebook and get the news out, that would be great, because sadly, Restream won't let us go on Facebook. So I'll have to figure that out after this live. But as Sean said, we are going to show you how to create some really fun watercolor effect boards. Now, I started this over the weekend because I really wanted to create something with Monsters, Inc. For those of you who don't know, I'm obviously a Chuckature independent designer, and we don't have licensed transfers. So I thought, well, how can I do something that's, you know, features my favorite Pixar movie, Monsters, Inc. And I played around with a couple different techniques and came up with a great way to do this. So I'm super excited. Before we dive into any of that, as Sean explained in the video, the link delis are down below. The first one's going to give you a video of what is Linkdeli and how to use it. Essentially, it just takes you to a landing page, and then you can choose your final destination from there. The reason I'm bringing that up is the main Linkdeli that you're going to want to look at is the giveaway. So we are excited to announce that we are partnering with 651vinyl.com for a contest. They are giving away 5 winners, a 20-pack of StarCraft HD. So for those of you who don't know who 651 Vinyl is, they are a small business. I guess they're not really a small business, but in my opinion, they are always going to be a small business because they are ran by our good friends, Troy and his wife, Tammy. And we've been to their warehouse, we've seen the operation, we've seen customer service and the fast shipping, and they are our preferred business to send our Cricut members to, our Silhouette members to. And if you're looking for anything, Siser, Orifal, StarCraft, Cricut, Silhouette, they have it all. In fact, we've done a lot of videos on their StarCraft. Their StarCraft line is new and it's amazing. Not only do they have StarCraft Vinyl HD, which is what we're going to be using today, they also have StarCraft Glitter. And you guys know I love to support small businesses and people that carry the same passion we do. So before we get into the project, let me show you what we're giving away and how you can enter, because I know everyone loves a good giveaway.
Of course.
So we are lucky enough to give away 20 sheets of StarCraft. So this is StarCraft's HD. Now we have glossy, we have matte. This stuff is amazing. We're gonna be using it today in a project. If you have not used it, make sure to look down below at the StarCraft link, or excuse me, the 651 Vinyl link, and you can see all of the amazing stuff they carry. Now I'm gonna have Sean, they're probably mixed up now in our craziness, but let's see. Let me tell you all these colors and then how to enter. So right now,
these are the matte ones I know on top.
Yes. So the matte ones, we have one matte of each of these colors and one glossy of each of the colors. So that one, of course, is yellow. We have rose gold. That one is the coral. That one's green.
I don't think the camera showed that well, but it's purple.
Lavender. It's that one there is the blue. I think it is actually
cobalt.
Cobalt. Thank you, Sean. Yes, it is cobalt. That one is the Tiffany blue.
Pretty.
It is gorgeous cream, white, and black.
Yep.
And then, of course, we have the same ones in the glossy. So you can kind of see in this right now, the glossy versus the flat. So you would get that in all of them. We're going to be picking a winner, on March 25th. And all you have to do to enter it is super easy. All you have to do is go down to the links down below. One of the links will say to enter the contest. It takes you to a Rafflecopter Contest. I'm giving you a ton of different ways to enter. Simple things like liking our Facebook page or Instagram, YouTube, taking a look at 651 Vinyl site. And we, next Wednesday, get to choose 5 winners using Rafflecopter, and you guys will get all of these and stuff. Also, take a look at 651. I have the link down below. I'd love to see you guys support them. They're an amazing company. Not only do they have a ton of product, but I'm excited because they have Cricut, they have Silhouette. It truly is kind of turning into our one-stop shop that we can send you guys that really, I know, has everything, but also has the customer service to back it and the website capabilities. I know today we did, there was a Cricut mystery box, and for almost half the day, no one could order it because their website kept crashing. And I still can't log into my Cricut website. So I transferred buying everything from 651 Vinyl, and I get it in 2 days. It's amazing. And when you use the links, it helps support our channel. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now today we are going to be using a one of the 651 glossy. And now this is the StarCraft glossy. And the reason I'm using glossy is the technique we're going to be using. The glossy is better for my chalkology piece to actually go onto it without tearing up with the vinyl. So let me show you kind of what we're doing, just as Sean had said earlier. And then we're actually going to share the desktop so you can see how to do this. So these are, once again, the artwork. Now you're going to get this really cool, it's almost got this feeling of sandpaper. Let me get up real close so you can see it there. So has this really nice texture to it. It's very easy to get these really fun colors like this. So there's Mike Wazowski. We have Stitch here. You can see the colors there on Stitch. And if you get up close, you can really see that texture, which I'm going to show you how we do that. And then, of course, we have Sully here. Now, today we're going to be creating, as Sean had said, a Disney castle. So I'm going to walk you through the entire process from start to finish, the supplies you need, everything to get this done. This is a perfect project to do with kiddos at home. I know a ton of you are locked up in your houses. You have kiddos that are bouncing off the walls. Jasmine actually posted something on my TikTok today of PE at her house with Moose running around and stuff. And it was super cute. But on a serious note, I know a lot of you guys have kiddos at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do? You know, yes, there's Disney Plus and stuff, but this is a great project. It's easy. You probably have all the supplies in the house. And even though we're using Chalkology paste from Chalk Couture, you could probably use certain paint that is a little bit on the thicker side to probably achieve the same process. The only difference is Chalkology paste is toxic free, won't hurt kids, and worst case scenario, if you don't like it, it will wash off with water. So I'm going to switch John places here. How do I share the screen?
We're going to hit share screen.
All right.
And then pull up either one of these. This
Perfect.
is the blank and that's the other one.
So I'm going to show you guys here how to get to what exactly you need. Now, are they seeing all the comments and like
no,
this?
they cannot see that at all.
So it's just the screen?
Yep. And you can hide that. You can just close that if you want.
Perfect.
So you can see your own screen.
All right, I'm going to move everything out of here.
Yeah,
so the first thing that you're going to want to do is, this is really easy to do. I'm going to go to google.com and I'm going to actually search Disney watercolor art.
So this is what they're seeing on.
Perfect. Thank you, Shani.
Yep.
So here is all of the images. So if we click up on images here, these are all of the artwork that they have. So if you guys remember, I just shared that stitch, and there's the stitch that I used to create that effect. So all we have to do is save one of these. I'm actually going to do this castle here. So when you click on the castle, we can just hit right click on your mouse, open image in new tab, and that's going to bring the image up as a new graphic. All I have to do now is save the image to my desktop. So we can just say Disney Castle, and we're going to save that to our desktop. So when I go look on my desktop, it is right here. You can see it there. Now, there's two options you can do with the Disney castle. You can either clean up the image beforehand or you can clean it up after. So what I mean by that is if you want to clean up the image beforehand, here is the image. If you are using an Apple-based computer, so a MacBook Pro, iMac, MacBook Air, anything like that, there is a system built into their graphics called Preview, which is what we're in right now. When you double click on a photo, like so, it's in preview mode. In Preview, you can actually hit this little marker thing, and it brings up all of these options, and we can remove the background. We're just gonna hit Command minus to bring in my graphic a little bit, and then up here, there's this little magic eraser. We're just gonna click in our graphic and drag a little bit until it fills up all of that white space. If I let go now and hit delete, it's going to say it's going to convert it to a PNG, and voila, my background is removed. Now I can go and remove other pieces, like there's a little bit of white here I want to remove, and we're good to go. Now if you don't have a MacBook or an Apple product, you can do this in Cricut Design Space, which is the software we're going to be using for our demonstration. So I have Cricut Design Space set up here, and we're just going to go through all the things it's going to require us to do. There we go. So I'm just going to go into New Project. I'm going to hit Upload, Upload Image, Browse, and I saved that on my desktop. Here is the castle right here. It's going to bring the graphic in. I'm going to hit Complex, Continue, and just like we did using Apple, we have this little magic wand, and we're just going to click, and voila, it cleans up the background just like the version that we used in Apple. So now I can hit Continue, and I want to save it as a cut image. So once it's saved as a cut image, we are going to be good to design. Now, I want to stress this really quick. Can you go test really quick?
Yeah, sure can.
Thanks, Shawnee. So what we're going to do now is we need to create the graphic to fit into the frame that we're using. So let's go to the bottom camera, Sean.
You betcha.
Thank you. And we'll get comments in just one sec. We're kind of... So I'm going to be doing this on a chalkboard. This is the Chalkator Sylvie board. It's got a nice white beveled frame. You can see on the back it says Chalkator with hanging, so you can do either horizontal or vertical. But the big reason I'm showing this to you, and we'll zoom out for you guys here in a quick sec, is showing you how we have to set this up. So we're going to need to measure in between 9 by 12. So basically this area here is 9 inches by 12 inches. And we basically need to create the graphic in here. Now, normally with Chalkator, we would use our chalk transfers. And our chalk transfers essentially are a silk screen built in with adhesive on the back. So if I bring this really close to the camera, you can see it. And what this does is when we put our Chalkology paste on our chalk transfers, it evenly distributes it in between these little tiny cells, and you get to keep all the extra and put it right back into your jar. Well, on this, we want to go for a different look. I'm going for this texture. I think you guys can see it there. It's got kind of this nice texture to it. It's definitely a little bit more thick, and it has a great watercolor design. So we're not going to be using any chalk transfers. We're actually going to utilize our StarCraft vinyl, which is a perfect vinyl to do this. So now that I know it's going onto this chalkboard, let me bring back up our screen.
So click that. No, you have to actually cook that.
Gotcha. Perfect.
And then what do you want?
So let's go ahead and do this for you guys here. So we have our castle. So I'm just going to select that, and we can now put that, oops, How do I move?
Just hit
there
X.
We go.
You can X
just X out of it?
X out.
Okay.
I can get later.
So we're going to hit Insert Image into Cricut Design Space. Now we want it to be on a board that's 9 by 12. So I'm going to hit the Shape feature, hit the Square feature. It's going to put in just that basic square. And I want this to be 9 by 12. So I'm going to hit Width of 9. I'm going to click this little lock here and do 12. Now, very important here. If I was to hit go right now on Cricut and make this, it's going to tell me that one of my images is bigger than 11.5 and it has to be cut on a larger mat, which I don't want to happen. So we need to bring this down to 11.5. We're going to click the little lock, 11.5. We're going to keep that lock on so you can see it goes down to an 8.6. And now we can put our castle inside of this square. So you can make it as big or as little as you want. We're going to make sure we can see that by bringing it to the front. And the best way to think about what I'm going to do next is we're going to do what's called a slice. Now in Cricut terms, a slice, the best way to think of it is a cookie cutter. So this is your cookie cutter. This is your cookie dough. If you put this on top of your cookie dough and slice it, it's going to make a cookie cutout. That's the best way to think of it. So here we have my design. I want this to fill up the board pretty substantial. And I'm just going to draw a box around this and make sure it is centered by hitting Align, Center. And that didn't do a good job, so I'm just going to center it myself. And some of these dots are going off a little bit, which is fine. If you wanted to get rid of some of these dots, because that's going to be a lot of weeding, all you have to do is hit the contour feature right down here. It's going to bring up your whole graphic in this little preview area. Once it processes it, it's a pretty busy graphic. And all you have to do is click on those designs to hide it. So we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to minimize it to fit in my little box here. Let's see. What do you think, Sean? Right about there?
Yeah. Looks good there.
All right. So now that I have this, I can draw a square around both of them, hit Slice. And we can move this out of the way, move that out of the way. And now we have the image that we are going to use. I do have some little things over here that I really don't want. So I am going to hit the contour so it does not basically right there. There's these little tiny things that are still showing. So I do want to contour those really quick. And if we go down and just click those, it's going to hide all those. So now when we hit Make It, you can see we have that cookie cutter image. So we're ready to go. This is, because of these little pieces over here, it's a little bigger than I wanted it to be. So we're just going to delete those. Perfect. And we're at 11.5. So if we hit Make It, it's still putting it on. So it's 11.5. So let's go ahead. Sometimes Cricut Design Spaces. So 11.45. Now it should fit. Yay! So now we have our design exactly how we want it, and now we can cut it. So we can go to the next camera and you can bring up your all of your goodness, Sean.
Okay, one memento.
So a lot of people asked at the very beginning, like, how hard is it to do the graphics? There you go. It's pretty easy. Did you close out Cricut?
No, Cricut should still be open. It's right down here.
Okay.
I'm just seeing if we missed anything.
Can you hit Cricut so I can do it on my laptop? Go ahead and hit Cancel, Sean.
Cancel.
And then up here, just go ahead and hit Save. So you're going to have to click in the design space.
I'm in there.
Okay, hit Save over there. And then just call it Disney. Awesome. Do cloud only. Look at all this stuff you guys are learning.
Okay, I'm saved. I can go ahead and close
Perfect.
that then.
Thank you, Shawnee. All right. So now we are able to cut this on our Cricut. Now, if you have a Silhouette, you can use the Silhouette Studio. You can use Adobe Illustrator. You can clean up your background using a ton of different apps on your phone or really anywhere. But once you actually have it ready to go, we can actually make this. So we're going to be using, like I said, the 651 vinyls StarCraft. So this is the StarCraft Permanent. So, you know what? Actually, I want to use removable, and I might not have any. So let me go grab one of the StarCrafts. Give me one sec, Sean.
No problem.
That permanent won't come off that chalkboard.
Yeah, once it's on there, it's on there. So you definitely don't want to do this. I know, Tanya, mind-blowing, isn't it? Absolutely awesome how to do that. And if you didn't quite catch it, when we're all done, you can just go back to the replay and you can slow it down, pause, and then if you need to do it again, do it again.
All right. We're going to open, we're going to make this. All right. And we're going to go to the other camera.
Mm-hmm.
Push this off to the side. So because we're putting this on a frame that's 9 by 12, we want to make sure our vinyl is cut to the right size. So I am going to grab just a paper trimmer. You can use whatever one you prefer. And we're going to cut this by 9 inches. It's already at 12 inches, so we're good there. And I'm going to be using Siser's placement tape. You can get this at 651 vinyl. Make sure to use coupon code GET5. You get 5% off your whole order. Don't forget to enter the contest so you can get some of this cool vinyl. And now we have this perfect so we can transfer it.
Everybody loves the way you describe slice.
That's the only way I can remember it when I first started Cricut. I was like, how do I explain the slice? It's kind of unique to them. And when I was actually looking one day, I was like, this is just like a cookie cutter. Like, it's literally a cookie, and then you're cutting it into the dough. And as soon as I started telling people that, they're like, that's perfect. Like, it's so much easier than trying to say, like, it slices an image from, it's just like.
It slices, it dices, it even makes julienne fries.
It does. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this. This one will be a little bit of work for me to weed. So during that time, maybe Sean will grab a little puppy for you guys to see or something.
Maybe so, maybe so.
All right, so we're just going to put this into, well, first we have to make sure it can connect, which it did. Perfect. You know it's connected because we have that little blue logo. Now this is my favorite machine to date. This is the Cricut Maker. You can get it at 651 vinyl. You can use Get 5 to get 5% off. I gave you the link down below. I don't know if they have the Cricut Joy on there, but we are just now in the testing phase of Cricut Joy. It's a pretty cool machine. It's got its limitations, but I do have to say I do like it. All right, so I'm going to choose premium vinyl. It's actually a Cricut setting, but it works really good with this. We're going to load our mat, and this is a pretty complicated design, so I'm going to select the fast mode, and now we can start cutting that. So it's going to start, of course, doing its cutting. I'm going to move it out of the way so we can go to the camera on us while it cuts. And let it do its thing. All right, so while it's doing that thing, don't forget, if you want to win 651's contest for the vinyl, I'm giving away 5 packs. There is 20, 10 glossy, 10 matte. This StarCraft permanent vinyl. Couple things I do want to let you know. Number 1, it's amazing stuff. Number 2, it is sticky. It's very sticky, which is great. So is StarCraft's HTV, which is great because it doesn't ship. It is the ones that I'm giving away is permanent. So when you put this down on your surface, it is not going to come up. So it's really important if you're going to be doing this to create this watercolor effect, you're going to want a vinyl that is removable, because if not, it's not coming off that board. So definitely want to make sure.
Absolutely.
So while you're doing that, Sean, I will show them just real quickly the colors we're going to be using on this board and kind of explain what this is. This is our Chalkology paste from Chalk Couture. The colors I'm using is Raspberry Sorbet, Pink Grapefruit, Couture Teal, and Wisteria. The colors are a little off, pretty close and stuff. what we want to make sure to do on this is we do want this to be the right consistency because we are going to be doing a cool technique with this. You want it to be almost a little bit of like thick paint consistency. So the Raspberry Sorbet, let me show you here, is almost the right, it is the perfect consistency. You'll notice the perfect consistency because it will run off either, this is the multi-tool, but you could use anything. You want it to be that nice velvet cake, Sean calls it cake batter consistency.
Yep.
Now we're not using anything else with Chocolate except for the surface and these. Here is Wisteria, which is an in vogue color. But what I'm showing you here is, see how this one is much thicker when it doesn't run off? That's what we want to make sure. We want to make sure that this gets a nice consistency. I'm using our fine mist sprayer. The big key on this is distilled water, and Sean can explain that.
So distilled water, it is, if you don't know how they make distilled water, it's basically you boil water, the steam goes up, and then it gets collected, and then goes down into actual water. So there is no impurities in the water. So this way, using something as fine as that little hole is, you don't have any, especially for people who have hard water, not a softener. Even our water softener softens, but it's not enough. So that's why you want to use distilled. It also keeps your paste from growing any kind of mold or anything, because there are some kind of a food-based material in here, including some of the coloring. So by having distilled water, you won't have any of that happening.
Yeah, so basically it is natural pigment. It's non-toxic, so kiddos can use it without the concern of it being toxic to them and stuff. So I'm going to make sure all of the paste is good to go. And I think maybe now it's time you can go start grabbing some puppies. We can show you our puppies, all 8 of them. Hopefully they're good. They've been, as they get bigger, they get more and more roughhousing. So we'll be doing a live, and all we hear is like it's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
They're all sleeping, but that's okay.
All right, so I'm just going to make sure that this paste is the right consistency, and Sean can kind of show you off these puppies. We don't have a favorite yet. I would say that we have 3 boys, 5 girls, and we are keeping one, and Sean would prefer a boy, but we really do kind of wait for their personalities to come out, which is right around 3.5 weeks. I mean, their personalities are slowly already coming out, but you really do kind of have to wait for that magic moment of them. So the first one, who's this, Sean?
This is a lot of people, not everybody's favorite, but a couple like it.
So this is our biggest puppy right now, which is interesting. She has passed...
Daffodil is...
Oh, that's right. This is our second biggest puppy. She's passed the boys. This is Regal. I know her collar looks blue. She's actually a Regal, a purple. So all of our puppy names are named after Chocolate paste colors. Because obviously we are... very happy that we joined Chocolate and it's created an income for us, and we can even do it from home during this whole craziness. So we thought, well, let's name them after paste colors. So this is Regal, little girl. She is, a couple things about Regal is she is one of the bigger girls, and she's one that, she's not too vocal. She's very lovey. She'll curl up. She's not a vocal one, though. She'll bark every once in a while, but not like the other ones. And she's very lovey, aren't you? Yes, very black. Lick.
Her ears are coming in dark, so she'll probably end up being a darker one.
So what Sean's saying basically is the color of their ears is usually the color that they're going to be and stuff. So she's going to be nice and dark. She is a very lover. I think this is Allie's current favorite. I could be wrong.
I thought it was orange, but I could be wrong.
It changes every time she comes over and sees these puppies, let me tell you. Hi. Regal is your favorite? Oh, I know. It's so hard to have a favorite, and my favorites change every couple of seconds. Fun fact about 651, I'm sure you guys know.
Waking up
they have a golden retriever that walks their entire warehouse, and I'm in love with her. And they were so nice and sent me a little cute stuffed animal, to which I tried to trick Riley into thinking it was one of her puppies, and she very much so knew it was not. All right, this is pink grapefruit that I am stirring to make sure we are nice and consistent. So this one is another girl. This is, I think, Allie's favorite. I could be wrong. This is the heaviest puppy we have right now. This is Daffodil. Daffodil, which I've appropriately nicknamed Kelly Clarkson because she is Miss Independent. She will be the one that walks out on her own. She is vocal. She barks at everything. She is definitely a leader in the group, and she's adorable. Look at how cute she is. Look at how cute you are. You tell everyone how cute you are. Can you say, I'm cute? Hi, everybody. I is the cutest out of the whole thing. She's so vocal. Hi. And she's a lover. And she, though, is the one that will... She's turned into, like, the leader of the pack. She'll knock people off of the mom when she's feeding. She's vocal. She... So cute. All right. I want to see... Let me see. Her eyebrows are awesome. I know, right? I know. They are so cute. And it is going to be hard to give them away. It's probably the hardest part about having puppies is...
See, we can't.
They all have to go to a new home, which is exciting but sad. The one thing I will say about this litter is this is the first litter we've had that we have found all local, like, people we know at this point. We don't have confirmed saying that they're all taken, but so far the majority of them are going to friends and family that we see on a regular basis, so we'll be able to check in with the puppies on a regular basis, which is really exciting for us because sometimes when they get adopted out, you never see them again, and you just have to pretend that they're all going to a good home. This is one of our boys. This is Meadow. Fun fact about Meadow is he was born without one of his toes. It came off during birth. And his little paws, I'll show you here, are lightened. And I don't know why that is.
He's got white tips. He's actually lighter than the rest of everybody.
Look, he has little white tips on his paws. Do you see that? And he is lighter. He's probably the lightest out of all of them. He was our biggest for a while there. And he's kind of slowed down a little. He's very lovey. He's very squiggly. And he's very vocal. So out of all of our pups, if we hear one giving a little squirrely whirl, it's you, isn't it? It's you.
Oh, I bet you know who that is.
Who do you think it is, Sean? I'll go investigate.
I think that is... Red does that a lot.
Let's see.
Red loves to yell at everything. Sometimes Peony does that too. But she's the one that's the first one to literally get up on the wood frame that's around there, which we call the puppy rail, the pig rail.
Hey, Sean.
Up and she went over.
Mokel has been found.
Peony or Red? Yeah.
It's Candy Apple Red.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I love you. Mwah.
Hi, girly girl.
She
is so...
She's very lovey.
Yeah,
She's so lovey, you guys. She will give you kisses all day long. She is very independent. She is the one that always sleeps on her own. So all the puppies will collectively sleep.
Or she and Daffodil.
Yeah, her and Daffodil are the two that will kind of remove themselves from the pack and cuddle. You have a sweet little face, don't you? Yes.
Yeah.
Look at her. Are you growling at me? You tell everyone what you think. She is the one that will bark. Between her and Blue Jay. Blue Jay's also a barker.
Oh, God, yes.
See, this is why we had to do puppy time. This one is a pretty complicated design, but we're almost done. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go down to this overhead real quick, since this is almost done. And the tool I'm using, because Sean has lost all my pen pens, he will deny that fact, but he has. So I'm going to be using the Siser. Oops. He's supposed to mute his phone, but, you know. I'm using the Siser weeding tool. A couple things I like about this is it has the nice hook design. It's very durable, but it has weight to it. And I love the weight to this design, or to the tool, because you can feel it in your hand. I would show you the pens, but they have all disappeared.
I don't know what happened to them.
True or false? Do you use the pens?
Sometimes, yeah. Don't you?
I can't use them because they're all gone. What are you doing?
You had stuff in your hair.
We're not monkeys.
I know.
This says it's at 100% cutting.
I think 100% in it. I had to lock the gate. One of them is actually trying to escape.
They're big enough to stop me now. I thought this was almost done, but I guess Cricut lied to me because it says it's 100% done, but it's still doing its thing. But
no pokey pokey, no jokey.
I thought it was done, but I guess Cricut decided it's not done. So as I weed this, Sean will bring in some more pups because this will take me a few sets to weed. I'm going to show you a couple tricks on weeding on what I do that work for me. It is done now. All right. So here is the design number one. I'm going to weed the outside of this. Remember, we did this at about 11.4 by right around, I think it was about 8.75. And I will take Scotch tape because I don't have my weeding ring thing anymore, and Troy doesn't sell those anymore. So I just take Scotch tape and put it around my fingers, just like so. And when we get into more of the smaller pieces, I'm going to take out the big castle so you guys can see that. When I get into the small, like, little pieces, that's where this will come in. But look at how great that weeds. Oh. Okay, who's this, Sean? I can go back up to this camera. Give me 1 sec while I start weeding. You're going to have to take over. I'm going to... Oh, that one is Vocal Mocal. I know who that is.
This is Peony. This is our little girl. She's our runt. Such a weird word to say, but she's just a little girl.
She is. She's vocal too. You
guys. Oh my gosh, she is. She's so. As you can hear, oh look at she. Oh.
Did she decide to go oopie on you?
Oopie on me.
We're gonna have to take a. Sean's gonna have to take a moment break. I don't know what it is about our puppies and Sean. They all poop on him.
They all poop on me.
Which they're not supposed to do unless they're activated, so maybe he's touching.
It just got to go. All right, you're going back in while I go clean myself up.
So how is everyone's? So I heard on the news today, now they're saying no more than 10 people. Like you have to keep your gatherings less than 10 people, which for those of you, you're going to have to change your shirt.
Yeah, I know.
For those of you who don't know, I'm a little bit of an extrovert, so I'm on day 2 and it's killing me already. So that's fun.
Washing my hands.
Washy, washy, happy, happy.
Happy, happy.
All right, so this one, like I said, it's a little bit more, let me go back to it so you can see it. It's a little bit more of a complicated design. We have a lot of water, or I want to say the basically little paint things. So a trick on this is, here is, you can see where it started cutting and it's picked up some of those already. So a good trick on this is if you have a lint roller, which we just happen to have, you can use that to pick up that. This is the one from IKEA. I don't know if you guys have IKEAs near you, but they have lint rollers and I was so excited and I bought a ton of them. They're not my favorite. I'm not going to lie. They like come off in strips, which I'm not a fan of. See, like they come off like, it's like a biscuit. You know the biscuit cans that scare the bejesus out of me? That's what this reminds me of. I hate biscuit cans. Like I make Sean do it. Like it's that fear, that anticipation of it going that literally scare me half to death. Literally. Like literally scare me. Like, does anybody like what those do? I don't. Like, it's that anticipation. As a kid, I was terrified of making even cinnamon rolls because I had to open them and they would pop. And, I don't like it. I know some people like it. I don't like it. All right, so now I can just kind of take this down and it's going to start picking up all those little loose pieces, which you can see right there. And so we don't really have to weed all of those little pieces. All we'll have to weed is the bigger ones. But this will save you a ton of headache weeding. I will say you still want to make sure you're using high quality vinyl on that, because if you are not using good vinyl, it will come up. So I'm not going to say any... The old, I can say the old Cricut. The old Cricut vinyl that I think they've discontinued it. It would come up with this trick. So I wouldn't do that, but on StarCraft, it won't. I can always tell when the pups know Riles is near because they all start. Do you hear them? Mm-hmm. That means Mama's around. Sean, did you change your poopy shirt? He sometimes doesn't even know when that happens. It's so funny. So this is going to be the longest part of the project. So if you have kiddos that need help with this, obviously they're going to have to use a tool to do this. So I would obviously maybe weed it for them or get a design that's not as complicated. But I think the more droplets, the easier it is. Here comes Shawnee's all changed and ready to go at night on the town. How did you know it happened? Oh, because it was on your finger?
I just felt something wet on my finger, and then when I looked at it going, poopy.
Not fun.
Was that a lint roller? Yes.
So this is the lint roller from IKEA. And like I said, it's not... I might go upstairs and get the other one because it's a lot better. And it will pick up these little pieces. Where is our good lint roller? Is it in the...
I think they're upstairs in the kitchen, I think.
I am not pointing fingers, but my pen's gone. My lint rollers are gone. Things magically disappear from my craft room. Pen blades. What else? My pokey tool.
One of your pokey tools. That one you said you used, but we don't know where it went.
We don't know where it went, or you just don't remember where you put it?
I don't know.
You're so funny. So I'm just going to continue to weed all of these little...
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't want to get his ADD checked. He even talked to my psychiatrist yesterday, and I was like, he has ADD too. And he was like, really? And then Sean will say, it's not a bad case of it. It's just, I have a hard time focusing on things. That's literally the definition. So what is everyone doing in their self-quarantine time? Are you having fun?
Would you like me to go get your...
I got it. You can get caught up on comments and everything.
Let me see.
We can go to Just You, though.
Just little Omi. That's what everybody wants to see is little Omi. I guess I could turn this way and not look that way because I got my little tiny screens on a big giant screen right here in front of me. I can actually just watch it. Oh, we have magicians at our house who I know. Yes, this, that one, and that one there are from Sears in the women's shoe department. And then, can't quite see them, but there is two in the background, one here and one over there. They're the signs, like they could put, you know, a sale and it's this shoe, so it's got a little platform. So we got 4 of those too. All that for like 120 bucks. There was a couple other things that I would have loved to had, but unfortunately they were already sold, or they're just love to have, but they're just too big for the house. So a couple roller drawers would have been really nice. But yeah, pretty cool.
What are you talking about?
Some people are saying that we got these from Sears when they closed. Yeah, so ours is closed here in town.
Super sad.
Genius. I love a wump the can.
What's
you guys were talking about biscuit cans?
I hate it. I hate that anticipation of it popping. Like, you're always like, you don't know when it's going to work. Like, it's scary.
Nancy went to the store. No paper products or chicken. We were told that our Costco got 3 pallets of TP and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't go. We have enough. Oh, Jill, you're perfect. Dainty, not a runt. So she's our dainty girl.
Oh, I love that.
I like that.
The chicken for sure is a thing because we can't find chicken either.
Yeah. I'm wondering how good how the chicken amount is at one of our. Oops.
Ooh, that's too strong.
That's too.
Oh no!
It ripped it.
Too strong. Well, shoot. I really don't want to go through all that again.
Gosh, darling, ding dong, yeah.
Okay, well, don't use this because it's strong. Oh, I might be able to fix it.
Yeah, it's just a small cut. It's because of all the holes.
Can he fix it? What's that from, Sean?
Yes, he can. That was Bob the Builder or Wreck-It Ralph. Depending on how you look at it.
I don't think Wreck-It Ralph said, can he fix it? That was Bob the Builder. Fix It Felix is what you're thinking of.
Fix It Felix, yeah.
Okay, look at that. We fixed it, Sean. No big deal.
Look at you.
I tried. You kind of still smell like puppy duty, just so you know.
Austin says, send me a puppy. I will take care of him. That's what everybody would like to do.
I know. There's no better time to be in quarantine than with puppies. Which, by the way, I need to clarify. We are not in, like, quarantine because we are being told. We're just social distancing.
Yeah.
All right.
And Ned is going back to work.
Oh, that's
I work in a pediatrics office, and we are still giving limited service. Good. Still need to have some of those.
Can we go to this camera?
Yes.
All right. So we are going to now transfer this. So I'm going to remove this. You can get this at $6.51. Remember, you can use also a coupon code, which is amazing. And we are going to just place this on. I always fold it in half. Try to get it in the perfect right.
Could you move that upwards a little bit?
Yep, sorry.
No, you're fine. Oh, that rotisserie chicken, my favorite. But man, is it expensive.
It's $4.95.
No, the ones that are already prepackaged, that's $12.99.
Well, I think everyone normally gets the other one. I just don't like chicken on the
I'm
bone.
not sure if you're talking about the get rotisserie chicken from Costco, chop it up and freeze it. True. Yeah, you could do that. I have the stuff that's just a chicken breast, but it is good. It makes great chicken salad.
All right, so we now just need to lift this up. So I'm going to start in this upper corner. And if you have a hard time getting your vinyl to lift at first, if you actually fold it, leave it on the backing and then kind of fold the mat around off, it comes off, in my opinion, a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely go to Costco and pick up snacks. They have plenty of snacks.
How do we know that? I don't know.
Because every time we go there, they have all
I have no idea. I would never buy snacks for my contingency plan. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom out real quick, Shawnee Panani.
Gotcha.
And now we are going to transfer this onto the frame. So make sure you have it right, because the Tractor frame does have, I guess you could move it, but
it's easier not
that's
to.
a lot of work. And I've already just spent all my day waiting. Okay, so now we are just going to place it. Ooh la la. Grab my thing to make sure there are no... If you have a bubble, you just go, bow.
Jen's husband is cooking corned beef.
I know, we need to just, I
mean, I can do it, but it's going to take forever. Well,
not tonight, but... Yeah. Oh, is it? I guess
I could also use my...
Is it like a St. Patrick's Day thing, like?
It's a very St. Patrick's Day.
My mom loved corned beef. I don't understand what it is.
It's a brisket.
I don't know what a brisket is.
It's a cut of beef, and then it's not that thick. It's usually about yay thick. London broil is very close to it.
London Bridge is falling down. Okay. Yay! Look at that.
Heck, you can just leave it at that and have fun with it.
You could. But are we going to do that, Mr. Sean? No. All right, so that literally is the biggest, longest, hardest part of this project. We're going to take some placement tape from Chocateur. You could use washi tape. I wouldn't use painter's tape because sometimes painter's tape can do damages to boards if it's strong, just kind of like my lovely, amazing...
Hi, Miss Jazzy.
Hi, Jazzy. Jazzy's a drill sergeant, and she made her kid go to PE today, and her kid's not even at school. I was like, Jazzy. Also, that classifies as working from home, Sean.
Yes, I know. Mary Pat, you going to have some steamed cabbage to go with that?
I do love steamed cabbage with butter on it.
Butter and lemon pepper.
Butter. All right.
Yeah, Instant Pot. I could do it in my Instant Pot.
All right. So now we are at our point to start. So let me tell you kind of the process of what we are doing here. You can go just real quick, Sean.
You betcha.
Okay, so on these, Mike shows it, or Sully shows it the best. We kind of want a nice texture, and I'm getting up really close so you can see that. It is like Sean describes it almost perfectly. It's almost like a sandpaper texture. Here's Stitch, and you can kind of see the same thing. Can we go to this camera, Sean?
Sure can.
So if I tilt it out of side, you can really see that texture. Okay, so we're going to be using Chalkology paste for this. You could probably use a paint that is the right consistency. But in order to get that look done, you're going to want to grab a cloth, a washcloth, that has what Sean describes a
terry cloth like.
A terry cloth.
This isn't true terry cloth. Now your fuzzing cloth is terry cloth.
Yeah,
this is,
you just don't want it to have any loose strings because it would get caught in it.
Yeah, this would be just a...
Yes. All right. So once you have that cloth, you now can start designing. Now we're designing the Disney castle with these beautiful reds and blues. You're going to start with the color that is the most predominant. So I want raspberry sorbet. All I have to do is bunch this up like so. And Sean, or I just was, when I was doing this, I thought of it, and then a user actually said, so this is like that sponge painting in the 90s. It's exactly like sponge painting.
Just like sponge painting, yeah.
We're going to dip it into here. And it doesn't take a lot. It's hard to see this color because it's the same color as the cloth. But once you have it on, you're just going to start sponging it on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got the question last night, do I want the cloth to be wet or dry? I kind of start with it dry, and then I will wash it here. And I didn't see a huge difference. The biggest difference is, obviously, if it's wet, you're going to...
What? So you can kind of see where it goes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'll put it over here.
The dry, here's a dry cloth, and you're going to see it goes on just a little bit better. So you can see how much I'm putting on, not a lot, and we're just going around those edges, or wherever you want it.
90 minutes in an Instapot. Really?
I bought Sean an Instapot, not this Christmas, the Christmas before, and he's used it once to make oatmeal.
I've used it a couple times. I did.
When have you
I did a whole bunch of eggs, hard-boiled eggs. Did it that way.
Okay, listen.
I did.
Do you want to see the stuff that I see with Instapots? And they're amazing. And you're not doing that.
I know.
All right. So I'm just going to add some more of this. This is our primary color. So you do want it around whatever your primary color is, that's the one you kind of want to start with. Now this first part, you are not going to get great coverage. That is okay. You're putting down what I call the foundation, which is what everything's going to build on. So now that we have it down, you do want to use that towel to kind of make those different, that roughness to it. And then you're going to grab a hairdryer, make sure it's on the hot setting and high. All right, I'm going to grab the next color, which is pink grapefruit. We're going to take our washcloth, fold it in a way, and then once again, we're just going to lightly dip it in. Doesn't take much. Get the dog hair out. And then we're just going to add
a little pink grapefruit. I think even doing it the watercolor way would be fun to do as well.
What's that way?
Doing these in watercolor.
Do you know how to watercolor paint?
I don't.
Well, that would be a fun way to watch you watercolor.
Try to do it.
I have faith you could do it, Sean. All right, so this is the process, and then you just dry it in between. And then I'm going to keep grabbing colors and adding colors, and we can answer any questions you have about 651vinyl.com or Chalkator or puppies or coronavirus, I guess, if you want to tell us about your experience with that. Now, Couture Teal, which is the color I'm using right now, is my only color outside of kind of that pink lavender. And it's more of just kind of an undertone, so we're not going to be using too much of that color. But we do want, and you could do whatever colors you want really on a Disney castle, I guess. All right, I'm going to grab next Wisteria. And all I'm doing is getting different parts of the dishcloth and adding it where I want Wisteria to go.
I did, Marie. I did go to culinary school. Could you use a sponge? You probably could.
You probably could. The biggest thing is you just want it to be thinner. See, you can see right there, the red. It's really thin, and you kind of want that. The red is just a little bit on as kind of a final.
Karen asks, have you used 651 iron-on?
I have. So which iron-on are you talking about? Are you talking about the StarCraft, or are you talking about Siser, or actual Orifal? Because that's what I love, if you guys didn't know. Now, I am going to go wash this down because we have all the colors, and we're going to start mixing here. Sean can go over the contest again and what you'll win, Sean.
So the contest, down in the links below in Linkdeli, there's going to, isn't it there, Linkdeli, right?
Yeah, it says Rafflecopter, or enter here.
It should be Rafflecopter. You go in there, and they're going to give away 5 packages of 651 from StarCraft, 651 vinyl. StarCraft is the stuff they're going to give. Both, we showed you the colors ahead of time. If you didn't, just rewatch it. We did it right there in the beginning. Both the glossy and the flat finish, same colors. Rose gold, black, yellow, kind of a Tiffany teal. There's a couple other colors that are in there, but perfect. It's 10 pieces of each, and we're giving away 5 of those. Go to the Linkdeli, go to the Rafflecopter link, and put your name in, and then you are good until Friday, was it?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, sorry.
Yeah.
So next Wednesday, we will then draw the 5 lucky people and let them know, and I think they're going to ship it right out to you. So much fun. And good luck to all those who enter.
And if you have not checked out 651 ever online, definitely do, because they are literally turning into my one-stop shop.
Yep.
We're sending everyone
awesome.
there. Okay, so I washed the washcloth. We have it right here. So it's kind of damp now. And I'm going to hit this with the hairdryer, and I'm just going to add more layers.
So Karen asks, I want to order some iron-on. Which is the best brand?
That's changed because up until about a month ago, I hadn't really used anything besides Cricut and an occasional Siser. But I will say we were thoroughly impressed with the StarCraft iron-on.
Yeah.
The one criticism, which it probably isn't a criticism that Sean had, was it's sticky.
It's sticky.
So,
but that's good.
It's
you just have to watch out for not it to stick on itself or accidental sticking on something where you don't want it.
Gotcha.
I think the only other thing is Siser has probably more colors, I think.
Correct.
And that's probably about it. And plus they have some couple other ones that you probably don't see a lot of. So
yeah, that is true.
All in all, it's good. It is very nice stuff. I really like that StarCraft.
So now I'm layering the colors on top. So we started with Couture Teal. This is grapefruit. And the reason why is that way we get a really nice kind of, the colors start mixing as if they would in a watercolor setting. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what you want. You don't have to, but in my opinion, it just brings home that watercolor feeling to it. And I am just using my guide. So when you download the photo and you're using it, you're just going to essentially follow the color pattern they have or the pattern they have. But I'll be honest, a lot of the watercolor ones that I saw were pretty random. There wasn't a right or wrong way of doing it.
Brittany asks, have you ever used the Style Tech transparent glitter vinyl? My aunt asked if I could do a stained glass window look for her, and I thought that could be
I have not. I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but
I have not used it. I do know a lot of people love style text, so there was that. Perfect. So we're going to add a little bit more to our coral, and then I'm going to add some darkening of red. So let's dry this layer. So a lot of you might be saying, why can't you just take the squeegee like you normally would and put it on there? So I can show you that when you do a squeegee and it's not on a silk screen, it doesn't, even on like right here, it doesn't fill that. It just accumulates, excuse me, on the outside. I will use it to go over some of these dots, but it's not a preferred way of putting it down on a big open space like the castle. It's just not going to fill it real good for you. So that's the main reason you're going to see me doing. See, and it doesn't give, you see how it gives you, it's more even? I don't know if you can see that. It's nice and even, and we want that with the dishcloth texture,
The red is called candy apple red, and then the other color that, depending on your monitor, is raspberry sorbet.
Now it's important that you're constantly going back in and drying in between layers, because I'm using our Chalkology paste. It will unfortunately hydrate underneath of you. So if that happens, you're going to want to make sure you dry it, go back, and then just re-dab it on here. And then you're just going to look for any big open spots. It's okay to have a few open spots. You'll see on like my Mike Sully and even Stitch, I have open spots kind of with the black peeking through. Let me show you real quick. Which you kind of want that, because that gives you that really nice watercolor look. So you can kind of see right there, what looks like dark blue is actually the black.
Underneath,
Underneath.
You wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't even know.
And I think if you wanted to have white specks on it, you could get thin white and just splatter it on there.
We're going to do that.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah. All right, let me add just a little bit in the middle here of my raspberry sorbet. And to Sean's point, I'm going to show you how we're going to do the white specks. So this design really does use a lot of the white specks. So I'm going to show you how we do that. Before I do that, Sean, do you see anywhere else that needs?
I was looking from afar, but let me look close up here. No, I think you really got it. Got a good coverage. Nicely done.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I can go to bed now, knowing I have made my Sean happy. All right. So there's a lot of these little tiny dots that I'm just going to quickly go over. You probably can't even see many of them on screen, but they're there. All right. I'm going to put the lids on all of these, and then we're going to get the white specks for you. So I'm going to grab our bright white Chalkology paste. Let's dry this real quick.
Is this StarCraft's or is this 631 that you're using?
I do not have any StarCraft non-permanent. I don't have any of the removable, so this one is 631.
There you go.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so to do the white, we're going to go over here on just one of my surface here. Going to grab some bright white and just put a little down. And I'm going to spray a pretty good amount of distilled water on there, and we're going to mix this up. It's going to be very runny. If it's too runny for your liking, you can add a little bit more paste to it.
Hey, George.
We do want it to be a little on the runny side, just because it will make our job easier.
Yeah, if it's too thick, it's not going to splatter nicely.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a Tim Holtz Distress. It's kind of got a nice bristle end on it. You can see here. We're just going to put it here, and you'll see just by that, it does a really nice job with that kind of white splatter look. So I can bring this over to the side of the camera. The further up, you get a nice speckling. The closer, obviously, you get the bigger ones. And if you want a really nice speckling, you want to get the majority of it off and then up high. Now, if you're going to do this with any other color besides white, you're going to want to protect your frame. All right, I think that's good. What do you think?
I love it.
Well, good. I'm going to take...
There's more on there than the camera showing.
Yeah, I'll get up close.
Yeah, there's a lot more than you can tell.
So I'm going to put all of this extra Chalkology paste back into the jar. That's what's nice on this stuff is you can reuse it.
Mm-hmm. Jen says she has that brush just as well, and it works great.
It's awesome.
It's an awesome brush.
All right, let me bring it up on the camera here. You can see how much white.
Now you can really see it. Yeah.
All right, we're going to do a final dry, and then the final reveal.
When he lifts this up, you'll find that you're going to find a lot of stuff coming off the vinyl itself. Don't worry, that'll just blow away.
So once the Chalkology paste is dry, it's brittle. So because we're using, you can kind of see it right there, it almost looks like little chocolate shavings or Crayola when you sharpen a Crayola. And that's fine. It won't stick to anything, but it looks like it's making a really big mess, and I promise you it's not. So we're removing first all of our placement tape or whatever you used. And I cannot stress this enough. At this point, you want to make sure that this is dry. So take your frame and kind of tilt it towards the light. You can really see it there. Any reflectiveness that you see shows that it's still wet. You do not want to lift it while it's wet because it will pull up with your vinyl. All right, here we go.
We do not make jewelry. Thanks for asking, Anna. Or Anne, sorry.
Okay, so now I'm just going to hit this with a hairdryer. Get all these excess, you'll see it all go whoosh. Double check if you missed some weeding spots, which I did here. So we have a little bit of orange on there, which really stands out because...
You want me to bring the original out?
The original.
The actual picture.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Should work like this. So that's what the original kind of looks like with a watercolor. This is obviously watercolors, but you see the side-by-side effect, and you know how cool that is. Splatters and all.
And if you want to add a little bit more splatters to fill up the board, I just use a really fine paintbrush and use it with some cool different colors. And we'll add a little bit of...
I love the way you said that, Jen. Holy crap, that looks so great.
It looks amazing. I'm addicted to this technique, you guys. I started it... When did I start testing this technique? Was it Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. Actually, I think he kind of fell upon it one time when you were doing it on a chip. You have a chip around here somewhere.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That's when you first saw it.
That's where I accidentally took a chockable chip and wiped it down with a dish rag. And I was like, oh, this looks really cool. And so then I wanted to use it for this. I just had to get, time. But now we have a lot of time. All right, so let me clean up my mess. We'll show you the final result. I'm going to dry it one more time. Take off
It needs a Tinkerbell.
Oh, you know what? You could do that.
Probably do something.
There was some design, watercolor designs online that had a silhouette of the princesses in the castle, which was really cute. So,
and you could probably maybe do a freehand kind of thing going across as it was Tinkerbell or something. If you wanted.
This, I love the texture that the Chalkology piece gives it. Like I said, it's non-toxic, easy to use. Kids could do this. You just give them either a sponge, a dish towel. They can mix the colors. Worst case scenario, if it turns out horrible, you're going to wash it off. Let me go up this way.
Okay. Let me just get to my thing here.
Oh, you can really see that kind of dishcloth pattern right there.
Yeah. Kind of like a very fine sandpaper.
Now, I will say it's really important the designs you choose. So essentially, you're going for a silhouette type of look, an outline. And like Sean says, you want to be able to pass by it and instantly know what it is based on the colors or the shape without having definition. So we're not going to be using a lot of shadowing or anything like that. So when you're picking out your designs, make sure that it's something that's going to be easily recognizable and stuff. So this one.
So George, I know, just walked in. Did you see who this was, George? I was that quick. Can you tell me who that was? Just by
my gosh, he's breaking
how quick it was.
It's
that good.
It was that good. He was so quick.
I'll do another one. Ready?
Ready.
And last one. These are for people who joined us and have not seen any of these.
Holy moly, look at how dirty that one is.
Well, it's dirty on the backside.
I'll have to clean these.
The art reminds me of the Disneyland castle. Huh. You could definitely do a Mickey Mouse if you wanted.
Yeah. All right. So here is one. That's Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Of course, you can't have a Mike without a Sully kitty. I do need to do one for Boo. Someone asked me, are you going to do a Boo one? And I was like, oh, I should. This is Stitch, Lilo and Stitch. And then I've been doing characters, so I wanted to do the castle because, that really screams Disneyland.
I know,
you know?
Majorly, especially with all the dots all over it. Like maybe it's the fireworks in the background.
Or it could be pixie dust.
Or pixie dust.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, the Sorcerer Mickey would be awesome. That'd be a good one. The possibilities are endless. Someone in my Chocolate team page did Simba. So good.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
He used all of the, bumblebee and orange peel and bark. It looked so good. And then when I was looking through, there's some really good ones. Now, there are some that I'm going to try to achieve that are going to be more difficult because it's clusters of color that define it. So, for example, there's one that has Woody and Buzz. And obviously on Woody's face, you're going to definitely want to use that cream color where Buzz is going to be the bright green. Because if you don't, those two shapes together, you would lose it. It would be too much and stuff. So, yeah. But it's super easy, super fun. I know I need to do Angel, Stitch's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So which one's your favorite out of all of them so far?
I don't know. That
you have
Stitch. Stitch is going to be probably my number one because I love Stitch.
You have the castle.
I really like this castle. It came out so good.
And then you have Sully.
Love Sully.
Now, if you do want to add some definition, you'll see on Sully I did his face, some fingers, the horns, and his toes. And you can really see it on Mike where I did his teeth and his horns. And I just painted that. I took a fine paintbrush and just painted it, and it worked perfect.
Who did the Simba one? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember.
Donnie.
Oh, that's right.
He's
Donnie.
on my team, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so there you are. I hope that gave you guys some inspiration. Super easy to do. I would love it if you guys do this. Definitely share them with me so I can share them on my Facebook page. Once again, I use Chalkology paste. It's non-toxic. even if it accidentally ends up in mouth, it's not going to hurt you. You could definitely use paint. Just keep in mind your paint could take a little longer to dry. Also, the thing on paint is if it's too thin, when you hit it with your hairdryer, it's going to splatter on you. So you almost want it to be a little bit almost cake batter consistency. And just make sure it's non-toxic and just know it's permanent. The nice thing about Chalkology paste, we can wash that off. And the other thing I like about Chalkology paste, which if you're using paint, you're going to want to make sure is, I prefer to have a flat finish. I think it stands out more. If it's too glossy, it's almost too much. So
there you go.
There you are. But that's where, yay, it looks so, I love this castle. It turned out so good. I could be addicted to these. I'll be making a lot more, I feel. So don't forget to enter the contest down below on the Rafflecopter, and I will have a fast edited version of me doing Stitch on my Chalk Couture channel. So Chalk Couture Ken's Creations, that should be up there by either tonight or first thing tomorrow.
What a heat gun work. Yes. Just be careful not to get too close. That's all. All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Everybody.
We'll see you later.
Bye.